to playing the game, I think I want to try playing D&D.
Oh, that's great! So all you'll need to start off with is 37 pairs of dice.
Well, I already did that, but I was wanting to play 5th edition, but then I started hearing that a new edition was coming out this year. So is it even worth starting to play right now, or should I wait for the new edition?
Ah, so you want to know about 5.5 6th edition of 2024, huh?
What?
Yeah, no one can agree on a name for this edition yet, so that's just kind of what we're stuck with.
Oh, okay.
So, to answer your question, should you start playing 5th edition? Yes, you totally can, and you should.
It's sweet, but that means when the next edition comes out, I'm just gonna have to learn an entirely new system.
Actually, it's gonna be super easy, barely an inconvenience.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So this new edition is actually a continuation of 5th edition. D&D states that 5th edition continues to grow, so there's no reason to stop. 2024 5th edition is more of a check-in to see how things are holding up.
So they're just re-releasing everything and slapping 2024 on it?
Not exactly. It seems the approach involves integrating the most favored aspects of the 2014 rulebooks while refining both new and old elements. This includes retaining popular materials from 2014 and incorporating the new content, ensuring it resonates well with the audience by removing less appealing aspects.
Okay, that's great and all, but what if I favor the 2024 edition over the 2014 edition? There's gonna be no material for me to use with it being that new.
Well, here's the cool part that D&D is telling us. Again, since this isn't a new edition, but an update to 5th edition, D&D is telling us that the 2024 rulebooks will tell you how to incorporate the new rules to 2014 5th edition material.
I'm sorry, but there's a lot of numbers being said and I am lost.
So is everyone.
Wait a minute. With 2024 being an update, does that mean all of the classes are updated too?
Oh, yeah, they are. D&D has actually let the community playtest them and provide feedback. That way, D&D only includes classes and subclasses with high acceptance rates into the 2024 core rulebook.
So, from what you've told me, 2024 can work with 2014, but 2014 can't work with 2024? Aha! I see the system is already flawed. Check and mate.
But that's actually not true. D&D has told us that 2014 characters and 2024 characters can be in the same group. So it is possible for 2 players to play a barbarian with the same subclass, but both will be different from one another because of the year edition players choose to play.
Oh, so I could take my characters and campaign and easily transfer it between year editions and still be playing 5th edition?
Allegedly, from what we're being told.
Okay, but when you begin a campaign, do you have to choose what year edition you're playing with and stick with it? Or can we mix and match what rules we like and we don't like? Oh my gosh, we're creating our own edition.
Holy crap, you're right. But honestly, I don't think we'll know until the 2024 edition comes out, but no one's saying you can't.
Okay, so what you're getting at is it's okay to start learning and playing the 2014 5th edition now, with the 2024 edition just right around the corner?
Yes, exactly. If anything, just familiarize yourself with the 2014 core rules and mechanics. That way you're prepared for the new edition. And also, if anyone just wants to play the 2014 rules instead, you'll be ready.
Sweet, I'll go and do that. Oh, thank you. How could I ever repay you?
Snacks.
What?
Yeah, Dungeon Masters survive solely off of the snacks their party brings.
This is a public service announcement to remind you to frequently check on your Dungeon Masters, as they most likely got hyperfixated on preparing for their next D&D session and have forgotten to do the basic human tasks like eat or drink. This PSA was sponsored by One Shot Quester's wife, who frequently has to remind Duke to eat and drink.
Breaking news! There's a new mobile game that a person can play without leaving the comfort zone of their own home.
I'm a person comforted at home.
Introducing the thrilling mobile RPG, Marvel Strike Force. Dive into a universe where you can battle alongside and against iconic characters like Iron Man, Wolverine, Venom, and more. Unlock up to 17 characters in the first 30 days, including Spider-Man and Captain America.
This is amazing. They possibly can't offer more than that.
There's more.
What?
Watch out for the new Hivemind team and symbiote versions of Silver Surfer and Ghost Spider. Plus, don't miss the Mechanical Marvel event for amazing rewards.
Okay, I'm sold. No need to give me more.
There's more.
What?
Upgrade and synergize your squad for epic 5v5 battles with stunning visuals and dynamic combat.
So the story has just come out that Twitch is laying off 500 staff, representing 35% of the company. And this is after, how many months ago they laid off like 400 people or something? There's a lot of layoffs at Twitch, basically, over the last year period. So Twitch released a blog post confirming this. To the Twitch community, I wanted to send a short note to let you know that we've made the difficult decision to reduce the size of our workforce today. At this point in time, we are focused on communicating with our employees and providing them with clarity on how this impacts each of them. We greatly value the employees we're saying goodbye to today as people and professionals, and are grateful for all their efforts to support all of you. I'm sharing a copy of the email that I sent out to the company this morning to provide more context on the decision. Please know that Twitch remains focused on serving our streamers and ensuring that this is the best place to live stream for many years to come. I know that you will have additional questions about how this might impact the community, and I'll host a stream to confirm all that later. So I guess we'll get some more information. I know many of you are wondering why this is happening. Over the last year, we've been working to build a more sustainable business so that Twitch will be here for the long run, and throughout the year, we have cut costs and made decisions to be more efficient. Unfortunately, despite these efforts, it has become clear that our organization is still meaningfully larger than it needs to be, given the size of our business. Last year, we paid out over $1 billion to streamers. So while the Twitch business remains strong, for some time now the organization has been sized based upon where we optimistically expect that business to be in 3 or more years, not where we are at today. As with many other companies in the tech space, we are now sizing our organization based on the current scale of our business and conservative predictions of how we expect to grow in the future. So you've likely noticed that within the whole tech space over the last year and a half, there's been layoffs basically everywhere. And I remember reading commentary on this, that during the pandemic, as all these companies were experiencing massive growth, a lot of talent was brought on with the expectation that this growth would either be maintained or potentially even continue after, everything opened back up, which feels somewhat silly. Like a lot of companies, the economics of it just made sense at the time. Money was cheap, interest rates were low, and a lot of companies were picking up talent, not necessarily because they needed them right now, but because they wanted to deny them from competitors, and as well, they were picking up people for the future, right? And as that growth, it didn't happen. Twitch, has shrunk a little bit since the pandemic, and it's not experiencing massive growth, and they're having competitors nip at their heels as well a little bit. Not that they're having a huge impact, but they're there obviously. And that is likely having them go, well, we don't need these people anymore, so out the door. So this is not entirely unexpected. As it turns out, it's not just Twitch laying off some people. It's Amazon as a totality. Amazon to lay off several hundred across Prime Video, Amazon, MGM Studios, and 500 specifically at Twitch. That Amazon is also tightening its belt is potentially suggestive that this is just a missive from the top that all aspects of the business have to tighten their belts, as opposed to Twitch specifically being targeted to be like, look, make some money or we're getting rid of you. But obviously there's only so long that Twitch can continue on potentially losing money, not being cost effective, and Amazon continuing to want to foot that bill, right? Just because Amazon's profitable doesn't mean Twitch as its own separate thing is profitable, And so the doom and gloom of this is that, if Twitch can't improve over the next couple of years, it might go away, or at least change in its formulation. Like, for example, we talked a few times about how much money Kick is throwing at particular streamers. Tens of millions, hundreds of millions of dollars, right? And at the end of the day, they're spending so much money that they could just, at some point, rather than spending all this money, just, buy Twitch if it was for sale. So the Kick co-founder here is saying Kick will eventually buy Twitch. While Amazon did pay $1 billion for Twitch, you would assume that Twitch is worth more now than it was almost 10 years ago, how long it's been. And Kick has not spent $1 billion yet on streamers. But I mean, you could totally imagine Amazon just cutting their losses and effectively selling Twitch for an equivalence to what they bought it for initially, considering they would still have all the back-end technology and they would still be making money off all that. But of course, they'd have to sell it for more than $1 billion, because with inflation, $1 billion back then is worth more than $1 billion now, right? So you're going to be selling it for multiple billions of dollars, and is Kick in a position to actually buy Twitch? I mean, Stake has enough money if they really wanted to, but Kick doesn't make sense as a business. Are they really that keen just to piss away that money? But I guess you have infinite money when it comes to gambling. And as I've often said, back when we talked about Kick and whether I'd stream on there, if it was between streaming on Kick or not streaming at all, I'd stream on Kick. If Kick buys Twitch, I would change nothing about my life. I'll be like, well, that sucks, and I would just continue to stream on Twitch. But I would not see Kick buying Twitch as a good development. But I am somewhat doom and gloom about how profitable Twitch is, and I worry for it. I think Twitch, I'm not as negative about Twitch as a lot of people. I don't love Twitch. I do respect that they've made some bad decisions, but I think the newest CEO is pretty good, and they're moving in a pretty good direction, having allowed multi-streaming and stuff. I don't think we can do better than Twitch. There's no one else in the market doing better. I would like them to stay around. So recently, a very poorly kept secret was confirmed by Dan Clancy, the CEO of Twitch. Twitch CEO Dan Clancy admits openly that Twitch is currently not profitable.
we've implied this before, where we say we need to run it sustainably, but I'll be blunt. We aren't profitable at this point. Amazon has been extremely supportive of Twitch, and a big thing for being sustainable over time is ensuring that we don't lose money. And that's a big part of my job, because that's going to be what makes sure we can be here for a long term.
So this is something that I've always repeated, where I'm like, I don't think Twitch is profitable, or if it is profitable, it's like barely profitable, maybe breaking even or something. Like, it wouldn't surprise me if at some point in time maybe dips into the green for a second. But obviously, in general, the consensus has been that Twitch isn't profitable. But people have had to, read between the lines to reach that conclusion. So it's nice having Dan Clancy just come out and say, hey, this is the reality of the situation, which I think would have helped Twitch in many different scandals over the years, where people are like, why are you not giving creators more money? And they just come out and said, look, we're not profitable right now. Sure, some people wouldn't have believed them or what have you, and even some people may not believe Dan, even though this has just been the consensus of the belief of anyone in the industry. But I do think that what Dan's doing here and what he has been doing since he became CEO is good, where he's more open and just speaking the facts to people rather than trying to hide this from people, He seems like a more open and friendly guy than the previous CEO, whose name I can't even remember, Ed something. It was just a non-factor. He didn't really engage with the community and people, and it really hurt Twitch's image, I think. If they had had someone like Dan Clancy from the get-go, I think Twitch would be viewed more favorably in the public eye today. Locale, who is a person I see on Twitter sometimes talking about the state of the industry, they say here, considering Twitch hasn't achieved profitability in 10 years, though they probably haven't been as focused on achieving that until recently, at some point you have to wonder if it's even feasible under the current model. Which is something I've said as well, that it seems like a very hard business to reach profitability with. Although, of course, I can't do all the figures and calculate the exact cost of running a website like this. It's just that Twitch not being able to reach profitability despite having such market dominance for so long, it makes it questionable if this is really a good model. But then again, they haven't always been as focused on like having a good ad program and stuff, and we've talked about all those problems for a long time. There was other commentary from this talk from Dan or whatever, that it doesn't seem as though Amazon is interested in selling Twitch right now. There doesn't seem to be something on the cards. He also talked about how Twitch Prime isn't going away. It might change in some form, perhaps Twitch Prime being the free subscription that people get once a month if you have an Amazon Prime account. So yeah, Twitch not necessarily in the best spot right now, but it doesn't seem like it's going to be going away anytime soon, which is good. How are all these huge companies just not profitable? How do you build a massive company with it not being profitable? I mean, there's so many videos that talk about this. It's just the main interest is in developing the user base, developing the products, and worrying about profitability later. Often, if you want to make a real big splash in the market, you have to offer something that is in effect impossible. Like you offer something so ridiculously cheap that everyone takes it. It's like, oh, this is amazing.
Top Lima Isimalaka, no more Satu.
Sorry mate, I don't speak that language.
Ilum Ghost 114. Walawi u memang anak halam hasudatwa tap itala kelja kelja lo, dekonimali.
Cool.
Deal. This doesn't seem possible because it isn't possible. It's often being funded by venture capital or whatever. The company's just constantly losing money to have a artificially lowered cost on a product or service to get people's interest. And then once they reach enough of a user base, they have a large enough brand, they have a market dominance, they've potentially knocked out other competitors. Then they go, okay, now we're in a position we can start raising the prices and cut costs to reach profitability. I have heard from people more knowledgeable than me that the amount of companies that have succeeded in doing this within recent years is
Ilum
not
Ghost
that many.
114.
Most of these ventures just lose
ETATE
tons of
Neon
money and then
Beligog
disappear.
SIAAT Yukon.
Stop! Now that I have your attention, hit the like and subscribe button. Thank you. I wish you all the best.
Wildcard has 8 incredible members, sure, but none of them can draw. Okay, well, a few of them can draw, but that's not the point. We wanted to highlight the artists of Wildcard, so we gathered them all up and forced them to create some abominations. Here's how it went.
Okay, Wildcard artists plus Russ. Let's go. Start.
This is gonna make people understand that doing thumbnails is not easy work, yeah, right? You have to think about it. You have to like composition.
It's crazy. So hard. We do have the hardest job of all. You're right, guys.
I honestly think we do more work than our troops.
Okay, we're done. So let's all introduce ourselves, shall we? So my name is Rubber Ross. I'm not paid to be here. I just happen to be dating Giwi. So occasionally she'll be like, "Can you draw me a thumbnail?" And I will lovingly, of course, say yes. I love drawing my girlfriend, and I love and support her, and I'm very proud of her.
Aww, Ross,
Yes.
baby, you get paid in exposure.
That's right, babe. That's right. I can't wait to finally make it big on YouTube. Okay, next up is Giwi.
Hi guys, I'm Giwi. I work for GiwiBT at youtube.com. That's the right link. I don't know. And Wildcard! Let's go! I pretty much don't do my own thumbnails. Sometimes I color them though. The ones that Ross does the lines for. And I'm a worm. That's it.
Hello, I'm Mari. I also work for Giwi's channel.
Aww.
I'm not paid in exposure though, I'm paid in actual real money.
Is that why I'm upset?
Yeah, I work with Giwi. Sometimes Ross gives me advice, and yeah, I got my own YouTube channel as well. I'm a VTuber as well, so I kind of get the VTuber lifestyle. So I guess that's it. I'm so bad at teeth.
That was good. You nailed it. Nailed it.
I'm Fixated, or Andrea. I'm just a silly little Twitter artist, I guess. And you should totally like and subscribe to Sunflower Smith, because that is the channel I work for.
I just realized we're in such a good order. I'm Kale. I'm pretty close to Smith, and I actually designed them, and their little VTuber design. I'm actually just a pixel artist. Also, I spend a lot of time with Smith, so I end up in a lot of their videos, especially the ones where they are perhaps enjoying the thing that Snoop Dogg cannot right now.
Who? I am Koro. I work for the Alpha channel, and I've been working there for like a year actually now. And yeah, this is just like I know some people here have also done thumbnails for Jacob. So this is how the process goes. He will come up with some awesome reference for you, like with your creative mind.
Ilum Ghost 114.
Basically have to.
Bro, Ronaldo or Messi.
Gotta go Ronaldo, bro.
Turn it into a thumbnail. It's a very good way of working, and I'm really been enjoying it. Also, I want to point out that for this drawing, I had to put a little bit of extra time on Jacob's hair, because if you know him, he's very specific about how to draw the hair. So
yep, he's even made comments about how I've drawn his hair in my own thumbnails. Not even his business.
Hello. So I'm the thumbnail artist for Captain Kidd. I just do all the Squirtle stuff. I've been working with Captain Kidd for, I think we're coming up on 2 or 3 years now. My favorite stuff is actually Super Smash Brothers. That's the only pretty picture that I've done lately, but yeah.
I bet you're so good at drawing Pokemon. I bet you've drawn so many Pokemon.
16 types, like 7 of those 16 types.
I'm an artist, I don't do math, but that sounds like a lot.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I kind of feel bad. Everyone like colored theirs very well.
Yeah, this is so clean.
Oh,
Are
the
you kidding?
muscles are fantastic, dude.
But yeah, I'm Nova, or Nova1Duke on Twitter. I used to be an animator and thumbnail artist for AlphaRed, but now I work for Wildcards. And currently I do design work, and I'm designing the mascot for this little fella. You see a little sneak peek right there. But yeah, not much to say about me. I like to draw.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Well, that's everyone. So what's next?
So we redo a thumbnail you've done in the past. Wait, I haven't done any thumbnails in the past. That's what Mari does, and Ross.
It's okay, you can say what you would do differently from my...
I'll figure it out. Remove artists when it gets so quiet during the drawing round.
It's so serious. They don't even understand. It is so fucking serious right now. We go full non-verbal mode.
Guys, my first thumbnail, I was redrawing with Mari's thumbnails, and what I have is this. This is the No More VTubers thumbnail. I obviously took some liberties with the face. She's a little smug. She's gonna do it. She's not even nervous this time. She's excited to do it. They're annoying.
If I click that button, I die instantly.
Yeah. She's
I love
afraid.
the lips, Ross. I think that you know, no offense to Mari, but these large, inflated, very kissable lips are just really alluring. I can see why they would do well in a thumbnail.
Yeah,
I will write this
absolutely.
down. I will learn from this.
The click-through rate would be off the charts. Everyone would want to kiss those lips.
Okay, so I changed the thumbnail and I changed the title of this video. This is Ross and my relationship advice video. Ross did it the original, which I think is very nice. I like it a lot. But I feel like the real meat and potatoes of the video is we start out hot and we explain how to get a big titty goth girlfriend, and I think that's what people are really there for. That's what people are gonna click for. And I want to draw attention to that specifically in the middle of the frame of the thumbnail. I think that's going to get the clicks. Thank you.
I actually chose the same video as Giwi. But I decided to go a little different approach. You know, the energy is kind of the same. It's like, I don't know how I pulled this bad bitch, but I did kind of thing. But, you know, you guys are looking more like a power couple. I try to go for a more like shoujo manga, I guess, approach. You know, Giwi would be drawn in a very, I guess, almost like old school shoujo way, which I could not achieve on Gartic Phone at all.
No, you did. I was gonna say it's so shoujo.
Thank you.
So
that's so cute.
Gail did already a phenomenal job on that video,
Aw.
so I kind of kept it pretty straightforward, pretty simple. I had a lot of fun drawing that Yoshi back there.
That Yoshi's my best friend.
Wow.
Me and Smith did a tier list on every single Mario Kart track ranked by how good of a smoke it would be. And the one that Fixated drew was Moo Moo Meadows, and that was, you know, number 1 on the tier list, obviously. The runner-up was Mute City, because it makes you go non-verbal. So I just wanted to pay a quick homage to that one, but I had to obviously keep the Harvest Moon count.
Oh wow.
Whoa.
Sonic EXD over here, yeah.
I need to give a little bit of context, right? So this is like the usual composition we use for Nuzlocke or for challenges, you know, big monster chasing little guy. But this time I decided to change the big guy to Sonic, because I never get to draw Sonic. And Jacob knows that I like to draw Sonic. And just recently I did my first Sonic thumbnail, and I was very happy, but still, I think Jacob needs to understand.
I think this would get the clicks.
Yeah, right? I click it.
Because you're gonna get the
Honestly,
Alpharad fans, you're gonna get the Sonic fans. You're gonna get them clicking on that. Just a beautiful Sonic the Hedgehog.
Whoa.
Wow, so dynamic.
Oh, that's awesome.
This is beautiful.
Love
The original had like way too much information on it, and then I think just the Squirtle beating up the Zapdos should be enough to get clicks in.
I would click on this.
I'd like high click-through rate.
Holy shit.
I hear you.
Can you please keep your voice down?
I love that dude. That's so good. I love his bulge.
Yeah, thanks, bro. This is all an
Yeah, no
excuse
worries.
to draw muscular men.
Dude, honestly, take any opportunity you can. All right, it is now time for our third drawing, I think. We are going to be drawing a thumbnail for a video that we might not know the context of. We cannot look it up. We're just creating a new thumbnail.
After this, you guys, we're gonna be so good at YouTube thumbnails. It's gonna be crazy. It feels like boot camp almost.
My wrist is definitely feeling
yeah.
like it's in boot camp right now.
I miss drawing buff men.
Oh man, I'm sure you'll find a way to I'll put that in here.
Could you maybe just fit one in the background, maybe, if there's any negative space that's not being used in the thumbnail?
Not a bad idea.
All right, so to start off, my prompt was from Void's channel. It was, is LeBron overpowered? Which I'm assuming is, so this is what I came up with.
Whoa.
Yeah, there we go. I just looked at the more recent Space Jam film, because I wasn't going to try and do a total caricature, but there you go.
Right.
He looks overpowered to me.
He does look overpowered. Bugs Bunny does look quite silly. That was my attempt. All right, Gyu, what you got?
It's beautiful. So, I got...
Word.
That's right.
All right.
So
That's incredible.
this is Captain Kid's video. If a Pokemon dies, I eat it. I don't know what he actually does in this playthrough. However, I thought maybe going a little more artistic with it might express the high stakes of the video. So here we have Captain Kidd here devouring his Pikachu.
Insane.
I love it.
That actually probably would do really well, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, that looks like some creepypasta thing.
I'm getting kind of hungry now. I don't know about you guys.
Whoa.
So my video was new Pokemon Snap is a violent game from Virus. I haven't watched this video. I don't know what it is about either, but yeah, I tried to draw some badass Pokemon with him in the middle, looking kind of scared, holding a camera.
He just wants to snap those Pokemon.
I hear you.
Outside of high school, my approach was to keep it as vague as possible, so you have to click the video to find out what happened.
Smart.
He burned down the high school, if in case you're wondering. Wow.
Oh no.
Oh, that's so cool.
Oh no.
That's cute.
Is that are you putting Jade in a jar?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No.
It's the I'm sorry, Jaden. I think this was Among Us video, if I'm remembering correctly. But I was just inspired by Barry, who's been trying to put everything in jars recently, and I just...
Yeah, of course.
The idea came to me also, basing it off of the Fiona and Cake aesthetic as well. I wish that I had seen the video before this, to be completely honest, and I'm gonna go watch it.
Honestly, Jaden clickbait is Jaden clickbait. You don't
It
need
works.
to know about it. It's fine.
You know it's her from the back of the head.
It totally works.
Cora
So
looks
speaking
weird.
of Jaden's clickbait,
I think that would work. Genuinely think that would work.
so the title of the video was "The Game Nintendo Wants You to Forget."
Oh yeah.
Oh.
I like that
Very
even
excited.
though Jaden's not here, we can still put her in the thumbnail.
That's true. That's true.
That's the name of the game, baby.
Most clickbaited.
This thumbnail goes kind of crazy. I think
It's
it would do
kind of
really
great.
well.
I like
I can
it.
put that on
Yeah.
a shirt,
Yeah.
to be honest. I want you for the Alpha Red Army.
That's
I love
sick.
the rendering. That's badass.
The title was I drafted my friends into the war. I don't know what war it was.
I think it was XCOM.
Oh, the only thing I know about that kind of stuff is that poster, like that American poster thingy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the one with the
Same.
hat.
Got
Yep.
that.
Yeah, if you're gonna go for any war propaganda, American is definitely it.
Okay, love this one. Which one video is this?
This video is the loudest Mario Kart track tier list by Sunflower Smith.
Yes!
That is such a good idea for a thumbnail. Holy shit. Honestly, I
This is
think
so
we
good.
should maybe consider changing some of these to the thumbnail.
No, agreed. This is crazy.
Do you notice
Alright.
his tribal tattoo?
Yeah, he's got that from that old magazine. Yep.
Yep.
All right, I think that's it, guys.
Yeah, I think we got it.
Pleasure drawing with all of y'all. I wish you all the highest of click-through rates.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Tata Steel Chess 2024. It's the first major chess event of the year. This is round number 9 out of 13, and oh my goodness, the good games keep on rolling in. We don't have the top 3 players in the world participating by rating, and yet we are still getting haymakers. Players are swinging for the fences. World champions are winning, they're losing. A bunch of players are basically drawing 0 of their games. And in today's video, I'm going to take you through some more epic battles, some absolutely heartbreaking, gut-wrenching moments, some amazing victories, some painful defeats. Here we go. We will kick things off with the Indian sensation, Pragnananda Ramesh Babu, who is now officially undefeated.
Hey, what's up, guys? Today we're watching Lilo and Stitch.
And if you guys want us to watch Lilo and Stitch 2, then get this video to 20,000 likes.
If you guys want to watch Leroy and Stitch, get this video to 600,000 likes. Go to patreon.com/spillingthemilk for exclusive content. Was that good?
No.
We believe you actually created something.
Can I be honest with you? I think she's low-key beautiful.
She's like Roger from American Dad's like mom right there.
I would never, ever make more than one
You know, Stitch is actually wearing like an Orange is the New Black cosplay right now.
It's his favorite show.
He loves the scene when they have gay lesbians.
Does anything else happen in the show?
Show us that there is something inside you that is good.
Did he just say the N-word?
It sounded like he did say the N-word. But Stitch is so cool, I'll give him the pass.
Imastuk Nejko.
Dude, the CGI.
Hi.
Doesn't get any easier. Hi, digging a big hole. Making good progress.
Imastuk Nejko. Long time no see.
Yeah. Happy bee.
Oh, it looks so cute.
It's got that Iron Giant CGI, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Very flat shading, and it's super round. That's something I think is cool about Chris Sanders' art style, is like everything is curves. Like there's no hard lines anywhere.
What the fuck? Why is it all curvy? It's like the opposite of Minecraft. Chris Sanders just made a curvy world where everyone is curvy, and I kind of love it.
Just wait till you see Nani.
They did not think this through.
Bro, man's got better spit game than your average hillbilly.
That is the most poorly designed thing ever. You should have like at least duct taped this motherfucker's mouth shut.
Yeah, they're not very intelligent.
He could spit and then he's good.
Dude, this movie just looks perfect. The CGI implementation could not have been done any better.
It does look perfect.
It looks better than anything in the modern day, and this is like over 20 years old.
Do you guys remember the marketing campaigns for this movie?
Came out the
year I was born.
Oops, sorry, my battery died. Battery.
Take the speakers. And then, yeah, start the machine. What's that? Can't actually see it. But
That's right. So I teach a class for teenagers, which is about kind of life skills. It's sort of this type of thing no one ever teaches you anywhere else, but really makes life a whole lot easier. So we cover things like conversation skills, how to talk to a stranger. Sometimes you do need how to keep conversations going, especially people you don't know that well. How to choose really good friends and make sure that you are choosing good friends and that you're being a good friend. How to host get-togethers really successfully when you catch up with your friends. How to handle disagreements with friends and still stay friends, at the other side. And how to handle bullying and things like that, which doesn't just happen when you're a teenager, it happens into adult life. But there's some really good strategies to shut down bullies.
Imastoknejko. Eoip scrib accent bjib axbu 3 ueui. I just wanted to head how the text to speech said it lol.
How's it pronounced? Like Is the J silent? I said it right before, but it was a while.
Imastoknejko. Oops, gotta go, sorry, bye bye. Sad face.
Bro. In my fucking crib, I was like, yo, I gotta go to the theater. Like, what are you saying?
They would do like these weird like advertisements where he would invade famous Disney scenes. So he would like cut Aladdin.
Dude, he's gonna show Jasmine a whole new world.
Cor was one of those babies that has like memories since he was like 2 years old, dude. Like he saw the hot girl from this movie, and he became like sentient at that moment.
She's so hot, she got you going what in Japanese?
The mosquito's food of choice. Primitive humanoid life forms have colonies all over that planet.
Woo, gay alien. Is Pleakley gay? Is that what people have assumed?
Obviously. As you watch the movie, it becomes more clear.
Idiot scientist jailed. What? He was jailed for being stupid?
Not for the experiment, just for being dumb.
We are willing to trade your freedom for his capture.
Very good, Your Highness.
Bro, he's got a calendar. He's got a sexy calendar on the wall.
Of himself? How did he get a calendar of himself going? Oh my god, yes! Oh my god, do the dancing, bro. Let's get our hula hoops.
Yo, leave a like if we should learn hula.
This is crazy, bro. This movie's so beautiful already, dude. Oh my god, the water, everything looks so amazing.
I know I'm supposed to not drink ocean water, but I want to drink the fuck out of that salt water.
Like, I don't care if a fish just pooped there, like, I'm drinking it, you know what I mean?
Oh my god! Sorry, that was the fattest man I think I've ever seen.
That is the most beautiful fat man I've ever seen.
He's like a Neapolitan fat man. He's got fucking strawberry and vanilla in the middle. That's crazy. Dude, the fucking feet movements, bro. What the
Dude, this shit goes hard as fuck, bro. I'm not even gonna lie.
The nerd emoji girl, though.
They got the turning red characters in here in the background.
Go back to fucking brace face, bitch ass. Like, you're on the wrong show.
If I gave such tuna, I'd be an abomination.
Most, like, cartoons don't depict, like, a child as well. I feel like this is, like, one of those accurate depictions of a child in, like, a kid's movie. Oh my god!
That's an accurate depiction of a child right there. Just an absolute menace.
Well, she comes from a fucked up household, so she'd be having emotional outbursts.
Lilo.
Relax, dude.
Oh!
Nothing has happened yet, okay? Just relax.
What do you mean nothing's happened yet? A beautiful woman just appeared, and I am flabbergasted.
Watch where you're going.
Those thighs could destroy any vehicle she wants.
Oh my goodness, Bubbles, man. Every character in this movie is so fucking iconic.
Leave me alone to die. Come on, Lilo. The social worker's gonna be here any minute.
The amount of just I want to make right now.
Stuck in the doggy door. It's a new take on an old idea.
Literally, like, where's her stepbro when she needs it?
So finished when I get in there.
Is it Elvis?
She fucks with Elvis.
I forgot they play so much Elvis in this movie.
It's such a wonderful combo because they have like Hawaiian music and then Elvis Presley. It's like such a unique combination.
Hi.
God, the child protective. Why do you have a hammer?
Do you often leave your sister home alone?
No, never.
Oh my god, oh my god, no. Lilo's such a fucking troll, dude.
Did you ever kill anyone?
We're getting off the subject.
He's eating people, bro.
Aren't the Child Protective Services supposed to like make the children feel welcome?
Well, that's why his name's Bubbles, obviously.
Kids love Bubbles.
Things have indeed gone wrong.
Oh, the lack of eyebrows too make him really intimidating. Like Bubbles is on so many steroids that his eyebrows fell off. That's how much testosterone is exuding through his body right now.
So why do you sell me and buy a rabbit instead? At least a rabbit would behave better than you!
You know, Nani is right to be angry, but I don't know if this is the right way.
Well, I like it because this is a very realistic sibling fight. Like, she has to be the guardian, but they also fight the same way siblings do.
I love it.
I brought you some pizza.
What, did you just take pictures of random fat people? That's fucking awesome.
She loves fat people. I don't know why.
She would have like the most banger Twitter account. She'd be like Fat People Monthly, and like she would just post a picture every day.
I hit Myrtle admins.
She has a picture of Peter Griffin on her wall. Do you see that?
They went to Hawaii, him and Lois.
My camera's full again.
This is so funny.
It's such a like uniquely weird thing that gives her so much personality.
She's so quirky.
She's quirky in the way that Disney characters should be quirky. Not like fucking Wish and all these shitty new movies.
I call it! Get out! Get out! I have to make a wish!
She has to make a wish!
Also, is that why the movie was like written poorly? Because they got like a 5-year-old to write Wish?
I think if Lilo wrote Wish, it would be better. I'm not gonna lie.
The nicest angel you have.
Oh, and she does get the nicest angel. Look at him. He's such an angel.
I love the way he moves. It's just like little quick spurts.
One of my favorite characters in the movie.
He comes back later on, right?
They're just getting murdered.
He gets run over by 3 trucks.
We better call somebody.
They're not concerned that this creature survived getting run over by 3 semi-trucks.
It's just your typical pit bull.
They thought it was a cat. It has like 9 lives.
We're getting at the hawk.
Oh my god, they found him immediately. The pacing of this fucking movie, dude. Oh my god.
I like them. Come here, boy.
He's so strong. Like a pit bull.
Yes, he's good.
Ew.
If you eat your own boogers, you have to be good.
Oh my god. Stitch is a terrible animal. He's using a child as a human shield right now.
He's doing what he needs for survival, dude. He's just an animal, just like us.
What do you want?
Why is the glasses girl like the fucking head of this group? Like, she's so ugly and gross.
Well, her parents probably own this entire village.
Fucking white people, man.
His name is Stitch. That is the ugliest thing I have ever saw.
What, you looking in the mirror, bro? Like, shut the hell up. Stitch is fucking beautiful.
Oh, great! He's loose!
That is Transpleekly appearance number 1. Write that down. Oh, he's so hot. He's so hot.
Oh, this is Nani's boyfriend? Oh my god, yeah, he's hot. All the fucking adults are hot in this movie, bro. Even the fat people are hot.
Like, they gave him a nice ass. They knew what they were doing.
This is you. This is your badness level.
Is your dryer going off again, Jack? How many times does your dryer gotta go off, man?
Let me. Oh my god. I keep wetting my pants because Nani keeps showing up on screen. I keep having to run the dryer, man. I'm sorry. She must get like $1 million in tips. And this guy is doing blackface.
Don't worry. She likes her butt and fancy hair.
What?
I read.
That's set off and payoff. They show his nice butt, and then they confirm that it is in fact a nice butt.
That's crazy.
He's beating his ass.
He's just eating Pleakley's entire head.
He's joking. Ugly, look at me.
This is not working out.
She got fired because of Stitch. She's probably funding the entire restaurant. She's walking around waiting, looking like that. Like,
yeah, like look at the back table. They were all watching her go.
Be careful of the little angel. It's not an angel.
He just starts rolling around.
He's Sonic.
I feel so bad for Nani in this movie. Like, she is truly at her limit.
Like, she was already trapped with a demon before Stitch showed up.
Don't touch this. Don't ever touch it.
It's a picture of her family, and then the second act low point, Stitch is gonna accidentally tear up the picture. That's why they brought it up in that moment there.
but then Stitch is gonna stitch up the picture again with his stitching abilities.
Push that over.
Oh my god, he likes it. He likes. Pleakley likes looking.
Pleakley is gay. I've been saying it.
Another one. And another one. Why, it's a whole flock.
Oh my god, this scene, I can't handle this. This freaked me the fuck out as a kid. I'm getting itchy.
This is like the scene in Indiana Jones where the people die by being eaten alive by ants. But like worse, because mosquitoes are like 100 times worse than ants.
Look at this shit. This shit's fire. You wake up your friend and show him a fire meme. Like I'm trying to sleep.
You have got to see this funny looking cat.
Yes, I remember this. That's awesome.
I just quit that job.
Look at Stitch. He's eyeing up this guy.
New job. Model citizen.
No, his glasses. He looks like a fucking nerd.
Elvis Presley was a model citizen.
Was he a model citizen? He stole from black people, made millions and millions of dollars, and then dated a 15-year-old girl. Like, what?
I'm all about saving people.
Oh my god, jump scared by hot woman.
This character is in like 2 minutes of the movie. There is so much art of this lifeguard. An unbelievable amount of art of this lifeguard.
Why is there so much Elvis in this movie? Is Elvis Hawaiian? He was never in Hawaii. What does he share with Hawaiian culture?
Why don't you fainted like with the... Oh my god. He can't handle the fame. Oh my god. I thought he was gonna eat him. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my.
He just committed a act of terrorism on the population, and I'm supposed to be vibing with this guy.
Well, maybe they shouldn't have taken his photos without consent. Think about that for a second.
This is awesome, dude. I feel like I'm really in Hawaii right now. You know what I mean?
Yo, dude, I don't need to take a vacation to Hawaii. I can just live vicariously through Stitch.
You know, Mark Zuckerberg is kind of like the modern day Stitch when you think about it. Just terrorizing the Hawaiian people. Dude, David is the father that's, well, I guess he's not the father.
He's the stepbrother that stepped up. Dude, he is so shredded, dude. I want to like massage him with like oil. Drowning a Child Simulator. This is like a cookie clicker sequel we all wanted.
What?
You click on the child to drown them or whatever.
She kicked Stitch. She said, fuck you, Stitch. She took her opportunity and she killed that piece of garbage.
What a go. He is the stepbrother that stepped up.
His lung capacity must go crazy, bro.
He can be under there eating the pussy for hours.
I'll be back tomorrow morning for Lilo. I'm sorry.
Tomorrow morning? She could kill the child in the night. Like, that's not safe for Lilo. I need to eat her now. Stitch could eat her, like, now. Fucking dumbass. Hard. Heck. My dad comes with beautiful back muscles as well. Those delts. Oh, look at his shoulders, man. They're so... Those boulders.
Triceps, too? Like, wow. Good tone, man.
I wanna be with him. Ugly duckling. Oh my god, Ohana means duckling. Ohana means family. Duckling means no duck is left behind.
Even that ugly duckling gets bitches.
And you get nothing, Stitch. There ain't no Stitch for you.
Later on. They make a pink Stitch with eyelashes.
Yeah. Pink Stitch is pretty hot.
Everybody get your tissues out.
I've had my tissues out the whole time. Have you seen what Nani looks like?
Well, for the other.
Oh, okay, for the crying. Okay, I need another box then. Just give me a sec.
I'll remember you, Doc. I remember everyone that leaves.
I remember everyone that leaves. Oh, looking at the picture of her family, bro. I'm gonna cry. That was brutal. Holy shit.
I think I found you a job.
Okay. Lilo, I need you to stay here for a few minutes.
You're leaving her alone. This is not good.
We saw how that worked last time.
Yeah, but Stitch isn't here this time. And Stitch has been the problem since the beginning of the movie, that piece of garbage.
World's biggest Stitch hater.
What is it?
He came back here to use her as a human shield again.
You're a fucking piece of shit. He pushed her away, you fucking asshole. Hope you die.
No, he wants to use her as a human shield.
You don't have a fucking heart, bro.
Not for Stitch's kind.
Happy Hanukkah. How does he know Hanukkah, bro?
It was in that book he read, bro.
The ugly duckling was Jewish the whole time.
That was a fart sound effect, let's be honest.
That was like a wet shit.
Don't turn left.
She was literally gone for like 15 minutes.
Nani has the hardest life of any woman. And Frank had it pretty bad, but Nani, like, that's pretty bad too.
Oh no, what you're doing?
Stitch, look at what you did. You fucking, this is such a fucking insane scene.
It's all his fault. Like, tell me this happens if Stitch wasn't in the movie. They probably live a normal, happy life without Stitch. Oh my god, he messed up the picture, dude. Oh my god.
He didn't mess up the picture. The aliens did.
The aliens messed up the picture, really? He's an alien.
There you go.
What the hell is this guy's problem? You don't need both of them. Is he blind or something? You got an extra goober in there.
He just doesn't fucking care.
He wanted the Lilo Funko Pop as well, bro. Let him be. He's a collector. Wait, Stitch fell off. Lilo was taken to space.
Stitch fell off?
She's a little girl this big. She has black hair and brown eyes, and she hangs around with that thing.
She takes pictures of fat people and she hangs around with that thing.
Oh my goodness, she would love to take a picture of Dumbo.
Ohana means family.
He said it.
We're gonna get Lilo?
Yes, let's go.
Dang, bro, this is like a Harley Davidson commercial, bro. What type of motorcycle can carry that much weight?
Oh my god. Bro, they're ship bodies. What the fuck? Why did they send Jumbo in like the smallest ship of all time?
It's kind of like a 6 foot tall guy driving a Prius versus like a 5'3" guy driving a Hummer.
Oh my god, perfect description.
Did you guys know that this scene was actually originally supposed to be in between 2 towers?
Do you know that that fat guy was one of the towers, but then they changed him into a fat guy last minute? Do you know that Cora just had an allergic reaction to the amount of 9/11 jokes that would happen? The frog's back! Oh my god, he appeared.
Froggy. Big the Cat shows up.
That would be lit.
This is the most insane plan ever. Surely the truck driver is like losing his job because of this. He's like, yeah, an alien stole my truck and drove it into a volcano. How is he explaining that one? He turned himself into a missile.
That's awesome. And the size difference is crazy. It's like he's fighting like a little goober head. You know what I mean?
Oh my god, he lifts his fist too. Oh my god, get fucking dunked on, bro. I love this scene.
Hey, Lilo.
Does he have a Kick Buttowski surfboard? I don't mean to like interrupt.
That's your yearly Kick Buttowski reference, everybody. You better appreciate it.
If it wasn't for your experiment 626, none of this. What?
My name's Stitch.
All caps when you spell my motherfucking name.
Still good. Yeah. Still good.
Nani on screen. Chad has been so horny for Nani the entire movie. We have held ourselves back. We have been like good boys this recording. Like we barely thirsted for her, and it's.
I think we thirsted for David more than we did Nani.
You look familiar.
CIA.
He knows. What?
Ah, yes. You had hair then.
What?
He's been around.
They know it. Oh my. The CIA is fucked.
We'll be checking in now and then.
This won't be easy to explain back at headquarters.
I ship it.
Well, I think they got together. I think that was what was insinuated before. Like, he had hair back then, and they
You know everybody in the CIA is dating an alien.
I mean, if you had the opportunity, wouldn't you?
Saved the planet once. Convinced an alien race that mosquitoes were an endangered species.
It all comes together. It's all connected. It's so good.
Whoa, my God. How does he pick up those? Those are the heaviest thighs I've ever seen. I don't know how he did.
Bubbles showed up for the birthday.
They went to Graceland. That's Elvis's house. It all comes full circle.
Dude, that image would so be AI in 2023. That looks like the AI image that Disney put out recently.
Thanks for watching. Check out the Patreon.
Thanks to Aeromune. Alzheimer's is a bad disease. You should cure it. Atomic Leon, Ento, King Rivers, Calm Luke, Cosmic Dagger, Crystal X Bunny, Frozen Spaghetti, G3 Alm, Gub, Stargazer, Gioni Snare, Yorison, Heal.
Hello, Internet. Welcome to Food Theory.
Perfect. Look, I'm already replaced.
Hey, so I am joined on the couch today for a very special episode of Food Theory by
Ollie. That's me.
This is Ollie, and Ollie had a very special question for this week's Food Theory. Ollie, do you want to tell me what the question was?
What gum lasts the longest of flavor?
So as you might already be able to tell, today's episode was a bit of a special request. You see, while I love my son Ollie more than anything in the world, Ollie loves gum more than anything in the world. To him, it goes gum, mech suits, Gravity Falls, and then me and Steph. And so when he became old enough to understand that Mommy and Daddy ran a food experiment channel, he presented us with a very important question for his 5-year-old brain. Which gum has flavor that's gonna last the longest? He's been asking for this episode for the better part of the last year, and with me and my final stretch of videos, now felt like the perfect time to tackle it. So today, we're gonna kick some butt and chew bubblegum. There's no actual butts to kick, so we're just doing the bubblegum thing.
So Ollie, do you have any hypotheses about which one is gonna last the longest?
I think it's kind of like a hard decision. I don't really know.
Is there one that you're most excited to try?
I think I'm most excited to try Bazooka.
I'm sorry that you're gonna be disappointed by that one.
Turns out he was not. As for the rest of us, yeah, it wasn't our favorite.
Oh my God. Oh, God, do I remember?
But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's talk about today's experiment, shall we? Our goal today is to crown one gum as the ruler of the WAD. And in order to do that, we're going to be evaluating 21 different gums across 3 major criteria. First off, we have flavor. How tasty is the gum? It's pretty self-explanatory. Next, we have texture. This is the mouthfeel and chewability of the gum. This grades whether a gum is comfortable to keep in your mouth or if it feels like you're gnawing on a spare tire. Finally, we have ourselves time. This is the length of time that it takes for the sticky gum to lose its flavor and become a bland piece of goo that you just want to spit out. Seeing as this is the criteria that Ollie was so intent on exploring, he's devised himself the perfect means of testing it.
How about we set a timer for like how long the gum's flavor lasts, so we like know how long, and you can pause the timer when I spit out the gum.
You can tell that he's been thinking about this episode for a while. Also, let's be clear so we're all on the same page. I recognize that this whole episode was just his backdoor way of getting us to buy tons of gum to have lying around the house. Anyway, per Ollie's instructions, me, Steph, and HR department extraordinaire Rachel are each gonna be chewing every piece of gum and timing it. That way we can average out our scores to best estimate the average chew time for each brand of gum. And since we're dealing with so many different types of gum today, we're actually gonna break things down into 3 separate rounds. Round 1 is dedicated to gum targeted at kids. I'm talking about all the Hubba Bubbas, the Bubbliciouses, the bubble tapes that you remember from your childhood. Round 2 will be for gums that are marketed towards adults. And finally, there's round 3, which will be the Wacky Bracky, where we take all the oddball gimmick gums like green apple flavored gummy paste or gum cigarettes, and they're all gonna duke it out for their shot at the title. Once we've tallied up all the scores for each gum division, the top 3 gums will head to the final round, where they'll be judged by none other than Ollie himself. Which one will earn the coveted Ollie seal of approval, and which one will have their bubble burst? Today is certainly a mystery that'll give us plenty to chew on. Round number 1, kid flavors. Our 7 contestants for round 1 represent the gold standard for childhood chewing, ranging from double bubble gumballs to bog standard Bubblicious to the tooth-breaking bazooka and the iconic bubble tape.
A staple of childhood.
That being said though, don't you dare be one of those people that I see circulating online who like pop it out of the bubble tape dispenser and like bite into it.
That can't be real.
for a rise. It is.
Yeah.
It's people provoking the internet just to provoke the internet.
The flame wars.
If you are that person,
Stop.
stop.
Just stop it.
Who hurt you?
Truly.
I'm sorry. Please
What's wrong with you?
seek help.
However, as we got started with the experiment, one thing became immediately clear. Each gum has itself a different size. I mean, you can pop just a small single gumball into your mouth, or you could shove an entire roll of bubble tape in there. To make it a fair fight, we decided to stick to a single serving size of each respective brand. So, with that out of the way, it was time to start the experiment with the classic Gumball Machine Gumball Double Bubble.
Wow, this is hard.
There's already so much saliva in my mouth.
Right? Whoa.
Man.
Wet, hard cheese. I should stop.
It's a wet hard cheese. Oh no. Oh, we're already off to a great start here, friend.
We had literally just started the episode, and already the suggestive puns were popping up all over the place.
I'm really enjoying my artificial cherry over here. It's
Yeah,
very
that's good.
artificial. It's very little cherry.
I'm already losing it.
I was gonna say, that being said,
It's going
we are
fast.
definitely on the down arc. We are less than a minute in,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like gone.
It's going down fast.
Yeah.
Wow, it's going down fast.
But it is a workout. I feel my jaw. It is a small ball, but it is a hearty ball.
It's a small ball, but it's a hearty ball. Slap that one on my gravestone. Anyway, 2 minutes later.
A lackluster 90 seconds. What can you buy for a quarter
That's
these days?
true. That's true.
You know, you got 90 seconds of moderate pleasure.
Anyway.
Let's just move on to the next
Do we have to rate the other
Yes.
stuff?
Yes,
we have
okay.
so many to get through.
Okay. We do.
And we're already in such bad innuendo territory.
Overall, our first contender kicked things off with a pretty disappointing start. Low scores across the board, which meant Bubble Yum was up next. And unlike the gumballs, Bubble Yum's intended serving size was huge. More than triple the size of a mini gumball, which, you know, gave us plenty of chew time to learn more about each other.
Since this is a long one, I'm gonna hear a weird story about bubblegum.
I love to hear a weird story about bubblegum, as everyone with misophonia slowly cringes away from the computer.
So when I was 8, I, for some godly unknown reason, I really wanted braces. Yeah.
The only kid in history to say that.
But someone told me once that if you chew a lot of gum, it'll actually, it'll mess up your teeth. It'll make your teeth crooked, which I'm sure is a complete lie. But when I would chew gum, which wasn't like that often, but if I would chew gum, I would purposely try and tangle it around in my teeth to try to make my teeth more crooked to increase the likelihood that I would get braces. I'm so sorry to my parents who probably spent like $12,000 trying to fix my teeth.
That wasn't the only secret to come out during all this.
I can't blow bubbles.
What?
Over my face.
Wait, what?
I can't blow bubbles.
How have I known you for this long and you can't blow bubbles?
I can't blow bubbles.
How did I not know this?
I'm incapable of blowing bubbles.
Okay,
It is perhaps my deepest, darkest secret. And as you might imagine, it suddenly became my co-host's life's work to teach me what I needed to know. It led to a very moist journey.
Yeah. And then. Oh, you just pretty much just spit at me.
Can't do it. I've never learned how to blow bubbles. I've tried a couple times.
No
in my
way.
life. I've never been able to.
I've known Matthew for 17 years and I had no idea he couldn't blow bubbles.
Well, I knew
You've
you.
hidden this secret so well.
Well, I've also known you for 17 years, and I didn't know that you purposely tried to wreck your mouth for braces. So I feel like we're learning a lot about each other in this episode. I can't do
You just
it.
keep working at it. You have 30 pieces of gum to try today.
And so, try I did. Try being the operative word here.
I feel like it's like this practice, right? Oh, you got Bubblicious coming up too, so.
Did I get some? I heard some pop. I heard some pop. Did I do it?
Try it.
Something in the technique just escapes me. Honestly, blowing bubbles might just be the single hardest thing that I've ever had to do for this channel. And that's saying a lot coming from a guy who's eaten a Christmas tree and suffered through intensely spicy hot sauces.
How are you extracting your tongue from the bubble gum?
It's a great question.
What do you mean? The tongue doesn't stay in there.
I have a hard time
You
getting
set
my
it up
tongue
on your
out.
teeth. You flatten it out.
Have we mentioned that Rachel is our HR department?
There it is. Rachel from HR. Once my tongue has been inserted, I have a really hard time pulling it back out.
I think practice makes perfect, you know?
This was the point where it dawned on us that this was going to be a long chewed. So to move things along, let me give you the abridged taste test. Bubble Yum ended up scoring 8s across the board in flavor, and it averaged slightly higher in texture thanks to its pillowy chew, allowing it to set the bar for high-quality, long-lasting gums. Bubblicious Watermelon was fairly solid across the board, but where it really shined was with the bubbles. It got consistently large bubbles from both Rachel and Steph, and it even gave me my first bubble experience.
Hey! You did it! You did it! You did it!
One.
That counts, right? Now, for any of you who are like me and are incapable of getting a bubble to form, I looked up the science and technique for mastering bubble bending. For starters, make sure you're chewing bubble gum and not chewing gum. I didn't know this until doing research and prep for this episode, but not all gum is capable of blowing bubbles. You see, both types of gum are composed of 4 main components. There's the gum base, which is historically derived from gum tree resins, but are now mostly made with synthetic rubber. There's a softener that prevents the gum from becoming too hard on the shelf. There's sweeteners like sugar or aspartame, and then finally there's the flavor agent that gives the gum its distinct taste. What makes bubblegum special though is that it has more elastomers in its gum base than chewing gum. On a molecular level, elastomers are long chain polymers that give materials an elastic quality. In order to get a bubble out of bubblegum, it's recommended that you chew out most of the flavor. This is because the sugary flavor of most bubblegums make the gum stiffer. Chewing out the sugar then unshackles the elastomers and gives them the chance to really stretch. Once the gum is soft and it's lost its sugar, the trick is to flatten out the wad of gum using your tongue and the roof of your mouth. Then it's a matter of creating a pocket of air to enter with your tongue. Next, you'll want to breathe out slowly. I didn't know this at the time, but you're supposed to blow from your diaphragm. If you just blow from your lips, you're gonna end up turning that wet wad into a projectile. Follow these tips, and the results will speak for themselves.
Got it. Got it. Hey! Hey!
I did
Best
it!
one!
I did it!
That was the best one.
I'm so proud of
That's
myself.
great.
By the way, that mediocre but new personal record bubble is the next gum that we tested, the Hubba Bubba Max. Score-wise, this gum ended up being very similar in taste and texture with the Bubblicious. But disappointingly, while it looks like it has a gummy gusher on the packaging, the reality is that the center filling is just darker dyed gum. The interesting thing though is that this gum led us to a surprising discovery. Despite producing the largest bubble of the experiment, this achievement came at a price: the flavor staying power. We found that with all their bubble blowing, Rachel and Steph's flavors were fading faster than my gum that I was chewing away on. So what's the deal? Well, from what we found out, it has less to do with the act of blowing bubbles and more to do with the saliva itself. The vigorous chew that you need to stretch the elastomers in the gum naturally circulates more saliva throughout your mouth. And as we mentioned in our toothbrush episode over on Style Theory, genetically, everyone has slightly different levels of saliva. The composition of our spit is influenced by genetics, diet, our stress levels, even the time of day. Rachel, for instance, consistently was the first to spit out the majority of the gums throughout this experiment, likely meaning that her saliva was just better equipped for breaking down the chemical bonds that were embedded in the gum. Either that, or she had work to do and was in a hurry to get through the 5 hours of shooting that we wound up doing. Speaking of how long we were sitting there, by the way, by the end of the third gum, our jaws were exhausted. That's why Steph decided to bust out the big guns.
So what is this? What am I supposed to do with this?
Rub it all over your face.
Oh my god. Does it feel nice? Is it working?
It did not. That said, it also didn't matter. I needed all the help I could get for Bazooka.
3, 2, 1, go. Oh my god. Oh. Oh, this is better than I remember.
So hard.
Oh man.
That's tough.
You know?
Oh wow, I shouldn't do this with permanent teeth.
You remember the big hydraulic press trend that was big a couple years ago?
Loved it.
There needed to be a video about hydraulic press versus bazooka bubble.
Valid.
Oh my god.
Oh, it was just as bad as I remembered. Almost as bad as the jokes that they come packaged with.
This enough for 3 socks? It's holding ballsy yarn. 3 socks? My mom wants to knit socks for my brother in the army. Why 3 socks? He wrote in his letter, 2 weeks in the army, and I've grown another foot.
I ordered apple, waiter. This looks like peach. This is referring to a pie. What does it taste like, says the waiter. I'm not sure, he says. Then the waiter says, then what difference does it make?
For those of you who aren't aware, Bazooka is iconic for its packaging, which comes with a short mini comic and fortune on every slab of gum. It's a cool enough feature that we gave Bazooka a bonus point for creativity, but in the end, it wasn't nearly enough to make up for the texture or flavor. That brought us to the last 2 contenders in the kid category, a head-to-head battle between 2 titans, Big League Chew and Bubble Tape. In one corner, we had the tall, pink, and handsome, 6 feet of childhood memories rolled up in the most iconic gum packaging of all time. In the other corner, we had the all-American American baseball classic snack that was every kid's gateway into the world of chewing tobacco. Who would win the battle? Well, the results immediately spoke for themselves.
Oh, it's too soft. It's
But
like
all the
there's
other ones-
no.
Good, yeah. You're going to Mason for dinner with Mason and Elaine, right?
I suppose so. You streaming right now?
Yeah.
Streaming, you got watching. People got watching.
Elasticity of this at all.
You bite down through it, and your teeth just pass through. Like there's no substance here. Oh, that was soft to begin with.
Oh, right off the bat.
Wow.
Oh, I like these first few chews though. I have to say, they were very nice.
And when it came to Bubbles, it was a similar story.
Oh. No bubbles. No bubbles. Oh, yo.
No, the holes happen immediately. There's nothing.
I mean,
Oh,
everything's bad for bubbles. Hey,
Hey.
pretty good.
it's not too bad.
You have to do more with less.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
hey.
nice.
All in all, Big League Chew brought out the big league numbers. In fact, not only was its texture the best of the round, it was also the longest lasting, setting a record at 9 minutes and 38 seconds. In fact, when all the results were tallied, Big League Chew upset all the fan favorites and came out on top as the best overall kids gum. Turns out, it's in the official Baseball Hall of Fame for a reason. But don't worry there, Bubble Tape fans, it's still top gum in one category, angering the internet.
No! It didn't deserve that. None of us did.
Round number 2, adult gums. As we headed into the adult gums, little did we know that we had a lot more chewing to undertake. It turns out that these chewing gums retain their flavor much longer than their bubblegum counterparts, like double the time in most cases. And the worst part of it all is that a lot of the gums just ended up being very similar across all 3 categories. Luckily, you don't have to sit through the 2 hours of endless chewing that we had to. So while Matt Past is chewing the day away, let's just talk about what's going into these chewing gums and why they're so different from the first batch. You see, most of these adult gums are recommended by 4 out of 5 dentists. That struck us as a weird fact, so we decided to dig in. Turns out it has to do with the sugar substitutes. Sugar-free gum can actually help protect your teeth from cavities. A natural sugar alcohol called xylitol is usually added to sugar-free chewing gums in place of sucrose. The reason why sugar is bad for your teeth is that the bacteria in plaque metabolizes it into acid that burns cavities into your pearly whites. But the bacteria in plaque is unable to use xylitol as a food source. Adding insult to injury, xylitol also increases the amino acids and ammonia levels of plaque, which further neutralize plaque's acidic qualities. By curbing this harmful bacteria's growth, xylitol prevents tooth decay and bad breath. In addition, chewing gum after a meal increases saliva flow to your mouth, washing away additional food debris that would otherwise stick to your maw and feed that bacteria. Oh, and if you think you're missing any vital action while I'm sharing you all this, don't worry about it. So here's how the round shook out. Mentos gum was far and away the worst in the 3 categories.
For me, it was a 5 because knowing that this is Mentos, and I usually have, if I'm going to have Mentos, I have the candy version, and I had the same texture biting into it. I wanted it to be candy. I expected it to be candy. There were moments where I was like, is this gum? Is this really gum? I've met a 5.
You could say that it kind of sat in the uncandy valley.
Oh!
Joining Mentos in the bottom 4 of this round, we had Trident, followed by Orbit, and then Cinnamon Icebreakers. While the cinnamon ended up being one of my favorite flavors of the entire day, the short life and stiff competition hurt its overall placement. Icebreakers, you may have only lasted 6 minutes and 48 seconds, but you'll last forever in my heart. Tied for best flavor of the day was a classic of the gum world. Our 3rd place finisher for adult gums, Wrigley's Double Mint. Mr. Wrigley is actually the IRL Willy Wonka of the gum world. His company controls 40% of worldwide gum sales, so it's no surprise that one of his classic flavors placed so highly. In fact, the battle for the best adult chewing gum came down between 2 of his other top sellers, 5 Gum and Extra. Yeah, as it turns out, Wrigley has really cracked the code for a satisfying gum chewing experience, and so no matter who won this bracket, he was ultimately the big winner, walking home with the gold, the silver, and the bronze. As far as our top 2 goes, not only did both 5 Gum and Extra hit above average marks in the texture and flavor categories, but they also had flavor that lasted long past the 10-minute mark. mark. In the end, 5-Gum proved that it was more than just a meme, stimulating our senses with a chewing average of 13 minutes and 6 seconds.
This has real staying power. 5-Gum. Last 10.
Now that the boring dentist-approved adult round has itself a champion, let's check out what the Wacky Bracket has in store. Round number 3, Wacky Bracket. So these are gums that just don't quite fit into the other categories. They're a little bit off the wall, which was a nice change after the 2 hours of monotonous chewing that we were left with for round 2. On our sampling platter, we had mini Chickles, Gum Fries, Glee all-natural chewing gum, the fruit-shaped seedlings, spruce tree gum, gummy gel, and even more tobacco propaganda in the form of candy cigarettes. And let me just make one thing clear right at the top of this round. Practically all of these sucked. While the mini Chickles were fun, their tiny size also brought tiny flavor. But I'd rather a small amount of flavor any day compared to whatever flavor the Gum Fries were trying to serve.
Oh, I'm eating dry powder that is supposed to be sweet, but is like 3 doors away from sweet.
Not only is the flavor diminishing pretty quickly, but it's actually getting worse. The flavor is changing and becoming more and more synthetic.
I don't use the word heinous too often in my life. This is heinous.
It tastes expired.
Fortunately, the fries didn't have much staying power, meaning that I could cleanse my mouth with the healthiest chewing gum brand that we could get our hands on, Glee. And right away with Glee, you could tell that it was the healthy option.
100% natural, no plastic.
What?
I say as I take out the plastic. No artificial colors, no artificial flavors, no artificial sweeteners. This is cane sugar, gum base, which is the chicle, Candelio wax, citric acid, brown rice syrup, gum arabic, natural flavors, strawberry, raspberry, and blueberry, radish.
But in a gum competition full of big wads of sugar, yeah, healthiness is not scoring you any points. We then moved on to the very strange seedlings, which are more or less the same double bubble gum balls that we tried in the first round, but with 2 added gimmicks. First, they're shaped like a fruit, which is a lot of fun. Secondly, they're filled with little grains of candy inside that act like seeds. You can rattle them around like little maracas.
Yeah, you hear it.
But for as cool as these realistic looking mini oranges and lemons were, they were not for the weak of jaw.
I'm having a hard time cracking them.
So what?
I gotta say though, my jaw feels like it's getting the workout of a lifetime.
This one in particular, it's really hard.
It doesn't
Like,
get
I'm
easier.
working.
I mean, it does get easier because the beginning was really tough, but it doesn't get easier.
Despite technically earning the longest chew of the round, their texture was so rough and grainy that it tanked any chance of winning. Which brings us to the next one, which kind of needs an explanation. You see, this one comes to us thanks to the Christmas tree episode from a couple weeks ago. We had a late shipment of spruce gum that we were originally going to be using for that episode, but it arrived late, so we figured we could use it here. And if you've learned anything during my attempts to get my family and employees to consume an entire spruce tree, spruce flavoring is really strong. Since we've had this gum kicking around the office for a while, Rachel actually knew what we were getting ourselves into.
I'm excited to see y'all's reaction to the texture specifically.
Okay, the texture?
Yes.
When you tell me spruce gum, I'm surprised that it's not the flavor of it that's...
I mean, they're all surprising. In terms of timing, I don't think we're gonna make it to the end.
Okay.
To be fair.
Really?
So
Okay.
I think probably try to do this as long as you possibly can.
Really?
Yeah.
Spruce gum.
Oh no.
It looks like a little Tootsie Roll.
Yes, it does. It looks kind of cute.
Spruce gum in 3, 2, 1. Oh! Ew.
Why is this so crunchy?
It's not gum.
Ew. Ew.
It's just
Oh no.
Oh, it's so dry.
What is this? It has a very strong texture.
It like breaks apart in your mouth when you get it, but then it gets softer, and it's almost like,
oh yeah, you have to congeal it with your spit.
Oh.
Yeah, upon first biting into it, it explodes into a dry, woodsy powder. Which just goes to show, kids, purchasing loose candies from strangers off Etsy is always a bad idea.
It does remind me a little bit of like a Tootsie Roll. Like I keep biting it and I keep hoping that it'll like lessen in my mouth.
It's like having a piece of bark in your mouth. No, I keep waiting for some sort of sweetness to come out.
nope, and it doesn't get better.
It is not emerging. Oh, the flavor comes on in the second wave.
Oh yeah.
When you breathe out, it's pure pine needles. I mean, just absolutely unadulterated fur. I feel like I'm losing the will to chew.
Ash is handling this well.
Yeah, it's like I'm chewing the concept of nature.
Like I'm chewing the concept of nature. Yeah, 2024.
Now, this is me totally not making an excuse to spit out this pine sol flavored Tootsie Roll, but I actually think the flavor does go away. It's just that the spruce lingers on in your mouth for a long time afterward. So without reasoning, we decided to call our homemade spruce tree gum totally flavorless at $3.51. Our penultimate gum of the experiment was Victory branded gum cigarettes. And let me tell you, the packaging on these bad boys is shockingly realistic. I didn't realize that they were like this.
What the heck?
But you open the pack, and I mean, you are literally getting a pack of cigarettes.
Yeah.
Like-
Ash, you like candy cigarettes too, right?
I do.
You want one of these?
For sure.
Wow, you're such an enabler, Steph.
I know.
Just say no, Ash.
You want one, honey?
I'm saying yes.
Wait, you put it in your mouth and blow. Does it make a little puff?
What?
Try it.
Oh! Is it supposed to do that? Did you know it would do that?
I vaguely remember it from
Are
my
you kidding?
childhood. Yeah. Yeah, you only get like one out of it.
No way! That's crazy.
That's nuts. This is nuts.
This is propaganda.
Oh, absolutely it is. So my only question is, does it get a bonus point for that? Because I'm real conflicted. On one hand, I'm like, that's really fun and cool. But on the other hand, it's like, but it's cigarettes for kids.
But if we're gonna give Big League a bonus point, I feel like this can also have a bonus.
This is a very creative presentation, I have to say.
Okay, let's give it a bonus point. It's at this point that I feel compelled to share the message, don't smoke, theorists. It's gross. It'll rot your body into an early grave. That said, this obviously isn't a cigarette, it's a stick of gum. I just want to make that point very, very clear because 3 minutes into chewing this stick of gum, something became obvious to me.
Actually gets much softer.
Oh no.
Who's gonna win this round too?
Oh no.
Smoking gum is gonna win.
The smoking propaganda is gonna win the third round.
You're gonna give this to your child.
No! And what's worse is that Big League Chew won round number one. No! We're in the darkest timeline. Like Big League Chew, these candy cigarettes scored remarkably high. The flavor was good, it lasted a while, the texture was nice, especially when you compare it to the lineup of stinkers that we had throughout round 3. But there was still one contender left, a glimmer of hope that this love letter episode dedicated to my son didn't have to hard pivot into a strange promotion for tobacco-related gum products. And that hope was Gummy Gween Apple Paste. Could this toothpastey gel-based gum keep me from being scientifically obligated into giving my son a gateway gum?
Oh, oh no.
No, it could not.
I thought the pine was the worst texture. It's not, it's this. Is this gum?
Oh, I hate this. Yeah, there was no hope. This was truly the darkest timeline. With 3 rounds complete, the results were in. The top contenders were 5 Gum, Big League Chew, and Candy Cigarettes. So, not wanting to skew the results, but also not wanting to feed our son a bunch of child-friendly propaganda, we decided to rebrand things a little bit. Ollie would be tasting the creatively named 5 Gum, Shredded Gum, and Stick Gum. Let's just hope that he never asks us to pick up more at the store. Final round, Ollie's choice. After 5 hours of patiently waiting for mom and dad to finally allow him to test the mountain of gum that he'd been eyeing, my boy was off to the races.
Can I start chewing?
Oh, yeah.
Start chewing.
Start with
Ready,
your
go. That was kind of hard, huh?
Start the stopwatch.
We got it. We got it. Oh, yeah.
I can time it for you, bud.
Absolutely.
There you go. And are you gonna go until it loses its flavor? Whoa.
Oh, man.
I'm usually just focused on the gum.
Just focused on the gum.
He's focused on the gum.
Single-minded. I appreciate your resolve.
Focused on the gum.
To me, this is kind of a short-lasting gum.
Yep.
I think the flavor's all done.
Okay.
The flavor's all done?
Then let's spit it
All right,
out.
you spit it right into the trash can?
That was 128.
Okay, ready?
Yeah, just.
Oh, there we go. All right.
Start the clock.
This really tastes like Hubba Bubble Bubble tape.
Yep.
So you discovered that. Hold on, bud.
Okay, it kind of lost its flavor.
all done? Okay.
No way. Okay, so that was at 1 minute and 22 seconds.
Now, this one is a very minty one, okay? Just so you know.
I've tried it extra like a million times. I've got this.
Okay.
Okay.
There's a lot of human extra. I'm kind of holding with this piece right now.
Okay, great. That is 1:30.
All right.
I also threw in a slab of the gum that he'd been requesting forever, Bazooka.
Bazooka. Bazooka.
Just as a warning, this one starts off very hard.
Very hard. It will get softer, but it starts off very
I don't
hard.
care, guys.
Okay. 5 years old and he's already a teenager. Oh, there's your comic.
Yeah, there's the comic.
Where's the comic? Oh, yeah, the comic.
So it says, Mortimer, why are you late? You said we should obey the traffic signs. That's right. Well, I obeyed it. And it says, school, slow down. So he's like, I obeyed it. I slowed down before I got to school. So there it is.
That orange.
Lol. Okay, so clearly the comic wasn't delivering on everything Ollie had hoped it would. But hey, he didn't hate it. And more importantly, the fortune, yeah, that one hit hard. So your fortune is, you can get what you want by asking the right person.
Grandpa.
Or if you want an episode dedicated to gum, Mommy and Daddy.
Yeah, exactly.
I think this fortune has already proven true. But what would be his overall winner? Well, defying all odds, it actually was the bazooka. He chewed it the longest, he loved the comic, even if he didn't quite understand it, and for the next 3 days, he chose that as his dessert of the day, over all other gums, candies, cookies, and ice cream that we could offer him. I don't know what was more shocking, the fact that he liked it so much, or the fact that he still has teeth after chewing those bricks for 3 days straight. That said, when it came to our actual results and the 3 finalists that we had for this episode, what did Ollie say? Of the 3 gums.
Just those 3.
The stick gum, the shreddy gum, and the spearmint gum. Which was your favorite? Which would you say is the top?
I think it's the shred gum.
Shred gum! Woo! And there you have it, friends. Of all the gum in the world, Ollie gives the coveted seal of approval to Shred Gum, aka Big League Chew. Who knew that family-friendly chaw would be so good? Guess I'm gonna have to lock this video away from Ollie until he turns 18. Anyway, with my parental promise now fulfilled.
Games aren't real. You aren't controlling anything. Everyone is just watching a slightly different copy of the same video. Video, game, because they're playing with you. Think, sheeple!
Listen to our podcast.
Palworld, the official Pokemon ripoff of the NRA, has been incapable of not generating news since it launched. For starters, the game has overtaken Counter-Strike to become the game with the second most concurrent players ever on Steam. Having said that, reviewers seem to be divided on whether Palworld is actually good. Meanwhile, many Nintendo fans are united in anger over the developers using generative AI in the game, despite no evidence to suggest this actually happened. Now don't get us wrong, the Palworld developers clearly ripped off a ton of Pokemon, and some of them are very blatant. Here's the Gen 1 Pokemon, Diglett, and this is the Palworld version called Wiglet. Oh, wait, nope, that's a real Pokemon, apparently completely unrelated to Diglett. There are so many Pokemon now, they have to rip themselves off. So maybe Palworld's developers shouldn't be receiving death threats for taking some inspiration. As for Nintendo's own take on Palworld, they've said they're aware of it, but didn't elaborate further, which I think in Nintendo speak is a threat.
I think if they were gonna do something, they would have done it already.
They did, however, have something to say about a mod from YouTuber Toasted Shoes that replaced Palworld's pals with actual Pokemon. The company DMCA'd the Toasted Shoes video within 24 hours. While he's since re-uploaded it, he will not be releasing the mod for the time being, which is a shame. Apparently, they even got a voice actor to do a great Ash Ketchum impression, but the actor wished to remain anonymous. I guess they aren't proud of their work on a mod for a game about capturing sentient creatures and putting them to work in mines. This is all just making me think about how the fundamental premise of Pokemon is still...
Yeah.
We always just forget that it's kind of weird.
Also, where do they get their meat from?
Last week, an internal memo from Walmart leaked, stating the Superstore would be disposing of all physical copies of Starfield. This document was corroborated by credible leak expert Wario64, and also by some guy on the Reset Era forums who says he works at Walmart. Going by Raichu, the Reset Era too soon. The memo itself also states the supplier is funding the Starfield removal, which implies Microsoft or Bethesda gave the order. Taking into account that this memo came out about a day after Xbox confirmed the release of Hellblade 2 would be digital only, many are worried about what this means for the future of physical game releases. Unfortunately, the market has been pushing towards digital for some time, obviously. UK video game retailer Game!
We sell games.
We sell game!
Just one!
Announced it would be phasing out trade-ins and ending the sale of pre-owned physical games just last week. But don't lose heart just yet. According to an anonymous Walmart source, the company is just doing what they always do when a new version of a game becomes available. They will continue to sell copies of Starfield and we will continue to wait until they're heavily discounted to buy them. Riot Games announced they are laying off 530 employees, which amounts to about 11% of the company's workforce. Riot released two statements, one consoling players and the other consoling the people whose jobs are disappearing. In their statement to employees, CEO Dylan Jadeja said the studio had made some big bets since 2019 that unfortunately have not been paying off. Jadeja asserted Riot isn't doing this for shareholders or to hit some quarterly earnings number. Instead, he said it's what we need to do in order to maintain a long-term focus for players. And that quote very much gives "your mom and I are divorcing for you" vibes. But to be fair to Riot, they're offering compelling parachutes to departing staff. Everyone will get a minimum of 6 months severance and additional pay to cover their health benefits for the same length, immediate access to job placement services for 6 months, a laptop to help find work if they don't own one. There will even be support for staff holding work visas to help them with their immigration status. As far as breakups go, I've had worse. Usually I have to give them a laptop.
And I end up with -1 hoodie.
It's not a good deal. I think it's time for a little magic.
Now it's time for Quick Bits, brought to you by Magic Spoon, the healthy yet delicious snack that'll give you that boost you need for your early morning gaming sessions. And by early morning, we do mean those, oh, it's 7 a.m. and I have...
What's that? You know that bit where you're like closer, where you can see the airport really clearly? Yeah. Like just after that. Like for you, just before that for us.
Haven't slept yet mornings. You know who you are. Some judgment. Magic Spoon's keto-friendly cereals have 0 grams.
What happened? It's kind of like
15 grams of link below, and use code Linus for $5 off a Magic Spoon variety box, so you can get all them flavors.
My mom told me Quick Bits are what happen when newscasters and speedrunners kiss. The Overwatch League is back, baby, with some major changes and a different name. It's kind of like a Gandalf the White situation. The Balrog was Bobby Kotick. The new Overwatch Champions Series will have its qualifier rounds open to anyone, not just sponsored teams who can afford to pay millions of dollars in franchise fees. So,
I can do it!
Solo players can even find teammates and resources through a platform operated by ESL Faceit Group, the result of a merger formed after ESL and Faceit were acquired by a Saudi Arabian government-owned holding company. But who isn't owned by a corp owned by a country with a history of human rights abuses these days? Pfft. Anyways, there'll be 3 regions, with Asia qualifiers starting in February, followed by the North America and Europe, Middle East, and North Africa, or EMEA, regions in March. Hopefully the Balrog stays dead this time. No one ever permanently dies in these big franchises. It's a problem. Monster Hunter Rise is no longer playable on the Steam Deck thanks to code uploaded by a known malicious actor, Capcom. Oh, sorry, no, quick correction. That should read, thanks to a new Enigma Protector DRM added to the game nearly 2 years post-launch by its own publisher, Capcom. There we go. Capcom added the same DRM to Resident Evil Revelations 2 earlier this month before reverting the change due to widespread performance issues. They have since apparently learned nothing. A Pokemon game hacker figured out that you can recreate Game Boy Advance game files by analyzing their crash sounds. The Zaz glitch on YouTube caused his GBA to crash and then kept recording it for 4 hours afterwards. About halfway in, the YouTuber picked up a sound that is apparently the crashed game's ROM encoded in audio form. After some trial and error, and some help from the original game files, Glitch was able to boot that ROM. I heard you get the ROM for Doom if you play Metallica backwards. MSI Gaming's China division has apologized and fired their social media team over a joke that was posted on Weibo about a neglected girlfriend deleting her boyfriend's games. The post led to heavy backlash and even calls for a boycott from gamers who either think the post is insulting for anyone whose games are their girlfriend, or for a reason I can't think of that actually makes sense. Google translated the post's text to refuse to be mentally drained, start by deleting the boyfriend game. A translation approved by our very own Andy Zhang, but there's gotta be some cultural context we're missing here. Hopefully MSI's new Chinese social team knows that it's only okay to make a joke about hypothetical girlfriends if it involves bringing their gamer boo-boo a sandwich. And in a recent interview with IGN, director of Dragon's Dogma 2, Hideaki Itsuno, said that game designers should encourage players to walk. Not because we need to exercise our frail and disappointing meat prisons. He meant walk in video games. According to Itsuno, developers can and should discourage players from using fast travel by making running around the game world on foot fun and interesting. Okay, yeah, I'm on board. Dragon's Dogma 2 will follow its predecessor in only allowing fast travel to select locations on a predetermined ox cart route with the ever-present risk of an ambush. And I can say...
Hello, ambush.
What? Come on. And I can say for myself that if every time I went to work there was a chance of a goblin raid, it would definitely make my commute more exciting. But it's not even possible to make the gaming news more exciting than it already will be on Thursday, so come on back in 2 days, if you can even handle it. Wow, it's gonna be so...
Well, look who finally decided to show up. Well, I could say the same thing to you once you find a subclass that works. It's funny that you mention that, considering you are just a subclass. Well, people have to go out of their way to play me. Yeah, but the fighter is still chosen before you. Well, at least people know what they're getting into, unlike someone who has to get repackaged in every news source book. Well, at least I get to keep all of my stuff. How's been giving away all of your goods and treasures to a worthy cause been treating you? I did have a about that statement, but sadly I gave it to a worthy cause. Oh! Okay! Well, at least I can have more than 3 ranger buddies in a group. Well, at least I can attract a following in and out of game. Well, if you're bad, you lose all of your ranger abilities, which gives me the option to focus on being a fighter, unlike you, who is stuck with what they have. Well, at least I can hire help. Good, because you'll need someone to pick you up after this beatdown. I can't even win against my older self. Man, what is wrong with me? Oh, come on, show yourself some respect. What's at least one good thing that you've gotten from 5th edition? Bees. Bees? Yeah. Bees nuts! Who won who's next? You decide! Hey, Dungeon Master!
Oh, we're back to doing this again? What's up?
I'm done with Wizards of the Coast with what they did this year. I'm done with Wizards, and I'm done with D&D. The character, not Duke. And I want to play a new TTRPG system.
Okay, are you wanting to play something totally new or something similar to D&D?
I want to play D&D, but not play D&D.
Okay. How about Pathfinder? It's a bit different, but still gives you that fulfillment of D&D.
What did I just say? I don't want to play D&D!
Okay. What about City of Mist? It's a D6 system and is very narrative-based.
But that's not D&D!
How about DC 20?
Is it D&D but not? Because I don't want to play D&D.
It's similar. It has a lot of the same classes, races, and spells that people know and love.
Then how is it different from Pathfinder and D&D, which I don't want to play, obviously?
I like to think of it as the perfect love child between D&D and Pathfinder.
Oh, now we're bringing lovemaking into this. I'm a Christian, Harold!
Okay, so D&D has a 1-action economy, Pathfinder has a 3-action economy, but DC 20 has a 4-action economy.
Oh, so 4 actions gives you more to do than 3.
Huh?
Yes.
Oh.
Okay, well then continue. Your 4 actions can be used to move, attack, add buffs to your attack, give you advantage, cast your spells, initiate spell duels. Oh, and you can use those actions outside of your turn as well, like protecting your ally or raising your AC.
Oh, so you can do more. How exciting.
Weren't you just complaining to me that you feel limited on what you can do in D&D sometimes?
Yeah.
All right, well, let me cover more basics for you. There are only 4 ability scores to help simplify things. You have mental and physical armor classes now. There are base damages for spells and weapons, eliminating rolling for damage. And instead of calculating movement by 5 feet squares, they're calculated in just spaces, eliminating quite a bit of math.
But I like math.
Yeah, there is no winning with you.
I'm a D&D player and we haven't been winning this year.
That would be correct.
Listen, I came to you to help me play D&D, but not. So what is DC 20's cherry on top and what makes it worth playing?
Rolling well actually matters in DC 20.
So a nat 20 isn't good enough for this game?
No, it's even better. You see, in D&D and Pathfinder, when you meet or beat an AC or DC, you just beat it. That's it. No special rewards and no bonuses.
Well, maybe I enjoy being disappointed.
In DC 20, the more you beat an AC or DC, the more you are rewarded. DC 20 uses increments of 5 to calculate these rewards. If my opponent has an AC of 14 and I roll a 19, I beat the AC by 5, and my reward for that is dealing an extra point of damage.
Wait, so let's say I somehow roll a 34. Does that mean?
Yes. You would deal an extra 4 points of damage because you beat it by 5 4 times.
And that's supposed to be
a huge deal. That is a huge deal. Nat 20s aren't the only numbers that are exciting anymore.
So what you're saying is DC 20 is better than Pathfinder, City of Mist, and D&D, which I want to play but not?
No, I'm not saying that. Play whatever you want and what best fits your play style and needs. I'm just showcasing DC 20 to give you more options.
Okay, I think I know what I must do as a former D&D player.
Yeah? What's that?
Create my own version of 5th edition, make a Kickstarter for it, and state that this is gonna fix D&D 5th edition.
We are very confusing sometimes.
My fellow YouTubers, I found a new thing to run dry.
What is it?
Have you heard of Dungeons and Dragons?
Isn't that the game based off of Baldur's Gate 3?
No.
Oh, it's the thing based off of the movie.
What's wrong with you? No! It's based off of Dark Alliance.
Oh, yeah, that was a thing.
Yeah, so I found out it's a game we can play.
What?
No way! There's more.
Dear God.
You also roll this 20-sided dice while playing.
What happens when you roll a 20?
I don't know yet, but we're supposed to cheer every time.
Well, this sounds like an easy video to film and make.
Oh no, you gotta go all out. You have to build a whole set mostly for this one-time thing.
I don't know, I'm already doing a podcast.
Well, that's the neat part. You can do it as a podcast.
This is the greatest thing ever! Let's oversaturate this hobby like crazy!
Yeah! All we need to do is find 6 to 8 players who can play weekly for 5 hours straight.
Whoa, why so long? And why so many people? My content isn't even that long. Why would my audience watch that?
Oh, most probably won't even care. But big D&D channels have this exact same format, and they're doing well, so it must be the key to success.
Okay, I guess I'll call up all of my friends.
Oh, and as YouTubers who know little to nothing about D&D, it's a prerequisite to invite a member who tries too hard that it comes off as cringy, which ruins a lot of the viewing experience. So you guys want to make D&D the next Everyone Needs a Podcast? Yeah! Yeah!
Oh, hey, I'm glad I found you. You almost missed out on some stuff. What kind of stuff? Some cool stuff, some rad stuff. So much stuff that you could stuff into a stuffing and then put it in a stuffing container full of stuff. What kind of stuff am I talking about? Well, Ghostfire's new Kickstarter Enchanting Emporium stuff. Step into a world where every shopping trip is an adventure with their dazzling 250-page anthology featuring over 15 beautifully illustrated magic item shops for 5th edition. From grand stores to solitary wandering merchants, their guide brings brings to life a plethora of shopping realms across genres. I'm also a part of this project and made a watering merchant for you to use. Meet Jamar the Brewer. He's a wholesome young orc who wants to become a master at brewing by trying to create a better version of adventurers' favorite drinks. But he's also kind of clumsy and his concoctions might hold some humorous non-magical effects. Check it out. Not only are we in it, they've unlocked contributions from awesome creators like Dungeon Dudes XP to level 3 and Legends of Adventurous. And don't wait! The stuff you can use for your stuff is almost out of that time stuff. There's only 1 week left to back, so make sure you don't miss out on exclusive Kickstarter items like the 24-karat gold D20. So click on the link in the description or pinned comment and back Enchanting Emporiums before it's too late. And let them know Adbarian sent ya. Thank you, Ghostfire, for sponsoring this video. Alright, if you're not gonna buy something, I'm gonna take my stuff and go show it to people who like stuff. Hey you! You like my stuff?
What do you mean we did a racism? One D&D.
Yeah, no one's gonna call it that.
You're gonna call it that and you're gonna like it! We are gonna silently implement a new open game license. What's the worst that can happen? It gets leaked? The movie was a financial flop? The official name is Dungeons and Dragons 2024.
Oh my gosh, just call it 6.
Yep! Oh, we're finally catching a break. I never thought this was gonna end. The Pinkerton! We won't be introducing microtransactions. But here's a survey on how you do feel about microtransaction. And as a thank you in return, we're gonna raise the prices of our books. Whoa, yeah, I'm seeing the response. The community's really against AI art. Good thing we don't have to worry about that in our biggest release of the year, right? Right? Hey. What do you mean we pulled the void card? Baldur's Gate 3 knocked it out of the park, snagging the Game of the Year award. And hey, our virtual tabletop and D&D 2024 receiving great reviews left and right. I mean, what could possibly throw a wrench in the works before our next edition's launch? Hello, Hasbro! 1,100 employees before Christmas? You all gather around the table to partake of the Thanksgiving feast, but before you do so, I need to roll something on the encounter table. Whoa! I never had a food encounter before. Yeah, me neither. What if the food is all mimics? Oh my gosh, that would be so cool. Or it's poison. Oh, you mean my wife's cooking? I kid, I don't have a wife. What if it's poisoned mimics? Okay, yes, I am down for this encounter. Oh. Guys, I have some bad news. I'm sorry, everyone, but Yippee, he's dead. Whoa! Why so happy about a death, huh? Yeah, what did they do to you? Oh, no, sorry. What I meant to say was, Yippee, he's dead. Oh, our goblin pet? No. No, yes, very sad, but let's not have food go to waste. Let's eat. Yippee. Yippee. Oh, no. I meant let's eat Yippee. It's a goblin tradition when one passes.
We did it! We freaking did it! We made it through combat, challenges, and have solved every puzzle thrown at us! You know what that means? We need some girlfriends? Yes. But also, we're unstoppable! Frick yeah, we are! Come on, DM, what do you got for us? Yeah, just don't be too disappointed when we breeze through it! Whoosh! All right, if that's how you want to play, behold, a door. What the is this? The most complicated puzzle I've ever seen. What do we do with it? I don't know, my intelligence isn't high enough for this. Do I seduce it? Dude, no! It's too obvious. You're right, sorry. Obviously, we open my spell book so we can cast Fireball on it. Oh, it was unlocked this whole time! Now what do we do? I have no idea. Well, let's see if this works. Can I? We did it. We converted Spelljammer into a 5e source book. Pat yourselves on the back for this accomplishment. It's only up from here, boys. What do you mean we did a racism? We are excited to announce our new edition, One D&D, because we feel D&D should be one collective thing. Yeah, no one's gonna call it that. You're gonna call it that and you're gonna like it! All right, everyone, for no greedy reason at all.
Welcome to Not a Storytime Animation. I asked you guys on Twitter and Instagram, follow me if you haven't, to create one of the most spiciest, the most juiciest fan fiction between me and Kelsey Animated.
No, you wrote all of these because you have a crush on me. Like a
Anyway.
massive.
Okay, this is my profile picture.
Like titties? You got titties just out?
No, alright, I think I had a Wattpad account just because my friends would make like fanfics about me and my friend.
Mm-hmm. Try and cover up. You reading Dan and Phil milk fic? I was so deep into the Dan and Phil
was
fandom.
Smut.
Look at all these new things that I'm learning from you. I have no idea that the big stomach art was called super what?
Preg.
Super preg. And now the cleaning in the butt part is
the enema.
Enema.
If you don't understand that, just watch my video on my channel.
The first fanfic is called The Weird Creep by Softy. I'm gonna read it dramatically. Grr.
Don't.
It is around 12 a.m. in the night, and Perla cannot get some shut-eye. She decides to watch one of her favorite YouTubers, Kelsey Animated. Her videos always made her smile. Her voice soothes her, and her personality shines brighter than a new penny. Perla did not want to admit this, but she was obsessed with Kelsey, and she wanted to tell her how she felt. Perla sighed and thought, she's my friend. I'm not supposed to like her. But God, I can't help myself. She's so amazing. Then an idea came up.
Well, anyone? Anyone else here?
Mason came through it.
Can I get a
fucking pog. Get your biggest pog ready that you've ever had as you prepare to look at all the coding that I did for today's stream. All right, so what I did to make today's mod is I wrote this line of code that ChatGPT wrote. So, pretty good programming, all right? For all the haters who say Doug isn't great, look at that. That's pretty fucking good. All the haters are feeling pretty fucking dumb right about now. We should start talking about, like, as though there's lots of Doug haters, you know? And we're just, like, constantly proving them wrong. I don't think there's any Doug haters. I don't think anybody gives a shit. But, like, we should talk about them like that.
Never mind. I hereby retract my pog.
What? Because the code was good. Don't retract your pog.
I used to like your content but became a hater after I saw Squex driving you to the Capitol in January.
Sometimes when the truth comes out. This is the pitch, as I just wrote down there. Literally, death does not equal delete this time. Okay, rules, death equals delete. This is just clickbait. This is just wrong. The haters are gonna go crazy if they see this. They're gonna be like, he's lying on his channel.
Fuck you, Doug. I hate everything about you. What you do, your core principles, everything you stand for. I am totally not an actor paid to hate you. Winky face.
Why would I pay actors to hate me? I feel like I would need to get into more drama to really get haters. We could make like a Reddit though, like Doug hate. And then we just keep like, anytime somebody ever mentions anything bad, be like, hey, like, oh, you should go check out Doug hate. Like we try to build a hater community. Like anytime somebody's being asked, we're like, oh, hey, go check it out. They're gonna love you over there. Do something dramatic. I just don't really care about stuff. I don't know. You guys see what Hitler did? Okay, if every stream we start by like, I just say like the most popular YouTuber or streamer on that day, and I'll be like, they suck. And I'll just do that every stream, and then we'll put it in a bunch of clips, and then we all like at that person or like, did you see what Doug said about you? And then in the comments of that clip of people reacting to it and being like, he said my streamer sucks, then we're like, oh yeah, this guy's the worst. Head over to r/Doug hate and like join the hater community. And then we'll just farm a hater community. That would be sick. This is such a good idea.
r/Doug hate is now live. Go join it now.
All right, everybody, go join the hater community.
Hey, whoever just made r/Doug hate, you have it set to private. We can't join.
Yeah, heaven forbid you guys can't join. I'm gonna complain about this on r/Doug hate.
To me, fellow haters, join r/we hate Doug. Oh my god, he's blonde.
There had better be a hate thread in r/Doug hate about me being blonde. It's already banned? It took like 10 minutes. What were you doing in there?
What was that? Ready? Yeah, just give me a second.
Now it's we hate Doug? Okay, all right, so this is... Okay, this is the new one. r/we hate Doug. Recently, I was at the Funko Pop store and I saw Doug there. I walked up to him and said, hey, love your stuff. You might even get a picture. Before I could finish, he grabbed me by the waist and suplexed me into the marble Funkos. It really hurt. He then threw hot peppercorns in my eyes and laughed the whole time as I was crying for help. While I was crying, he kicked me in the stomach, then took my girlfriend and had sex with her in front of me. He then whispered in my ear, this is what you get for assuming you can talk to me, you pathetic little worm. So yeah, I think his behavior is kind of problematic. I don't know. I think you're missing a lot of context here. Doug, that's not cool, man. Look, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hire a Harvard professor and he's gonna show why this isn't actually...
Hi.
Hey, what's up? Plane 11 Tower 2001. Do not mix. You just got the end of my life. But that sure is a name.
Okay, let's go, man. Ready to go? What? Ready to go. Reservations. At 6:30, right? Yeah.